Welcome to Beyond the Press channel.
Hello.
I'm Lauri.
And I'm Anni.
And today we are going to do new updated workshop tour. I think the old video is like 3 years old, so it's not very high quality. And people have been asking for this. I think they haven't found the old video because it's really poor. I think YouTube doesn't like it very much. So today we are going to do a new video where we show all the machines on the workshop. And I think that's about the idea on the video, so let's start. And before I start, I want to tell you that I made the exactly same video on Finnish language on our Finnish language channel. Link to that is in description, so you can watch that or this. It's completely same. And I'm pretty sure that now somebody's going to watch both and highlight all the differences with the videos. But they should be pretty much the same. Yeah, so there's two sides to the workshop. It's the large side and the small side, or the large side can be also the new side and the old side. So first it was just the smaller side, and on year 2000 we made the upgrade here, the bigger hall also. And on the smaller hall we have the small machines, and on the big hall we have all the big machines. And with the big machines we do mainly new parts for big machines like water, power plants, paper mills, mining machines, stuff like that. And on the smaller side we make smaller prototype parts and repair old parts. And I think we're going to go through all the big machines on the big hall. Yes, and almost all of my projects start from the saw, so let's start from the saw. Yeah, so the big band saw, it's not huge in diameter, but for a saw it's pretty large. I think it can fit 600 times 400 or something like that. So that's pretty much, and it's also pretty fast. And I really like this, the hydraulic clamping thing. The old saw, you always had to tighten it by hand, and it was pretty slow and laborious, so I like it really much. And when we bought the saw, there was two options that we were considering, and they had exactly the same performance numbers, but this one was 500 kilos heavier, so we bought that because it has to be better, because there's more steel, and when it's old machine 50 years, you can get more money for the scrap steel because it's heavier. Yeah, and then I already realized that we are going to have one extra machine on this video compared to Finnish one. So I was lying because I didn't show the forklift on the Finnish one. So here is our forklift. It's I think it's pretty large forklift. It can lift 4.5 tons. And yeah, we broke the window from the forklift 2 years ago with the Smashinator. It throws some Play-Doh there, but it's pretty good forklift. We have the special attachment for the forklift that allows us to do the push the snow away from the yard, and we have snow chains for it, so it's really good on the winter. And then the big milling machine. I'm not sure what is the English word, because in Finland this is called aarpora. It's not exactly the same as milling machine, but it does the same job. So I'm going to call it just milling machine. And it is so large that it didn't fit through the door here, so we had to make a hole in the roof to get it here. And there is also a huge concrete block under the machine. It took 20 trucks to get all the concrete here. And it was a huge task to get it running, and we had it maybe 10 years with the old controller thing. It had some really crude computer thing, but it wasn't modern at all. And then we replaced the old controller computer with this more modern one, and new servos and everything. So now it's pretty modern machine. And another good side with the big milling machine compared to small is that the table spins on this one. So you can do all the four sides with the single attachment. You don't have to get the thing loose that you are milling and turn it between each sides. And then on this machine also this goes in and out, so you can do like drilling more easily. You don't have to move the whole big piece that can weigh many tons, and it might be hard to do that very accurately. So with this you can do drilling, and you can also reach longer, you can do deep holes, because if this is completely out, then it's not good for milling because it starts to vibrate a lot. But if it's like here, then you are not going to reach on the middle of the table, so it's pretty handy machine. And then the second huge machine here, it's the big lathe, and it's from Russia. It's bought in I think it was the end of the 1990s when Timo bought that from Russia. He actually went there like couple times to buy machines, and this is one of them. And when it came here, it was manual lathe, so you had the like hand wheels and levers and stuff like that. But now all that is gone. There is just like lubrication unit left, and all those are replaced with a new computer and some servos. So it's now CNC machine, and you can fit 8 meter long piece here, and I think it was about 2 meters what you can spin here, so you can mount some seriously large things here. Usually the longer pieces are hard to get inside because our yard isn't too large. If you have like 7 meters long thing, it's pretty long, and it's really hard to get in because our gym building is on the way, on the yard. And we have huge collection self-made stools for this, so it's really versatile machine, and we can do really demanding turning jobs with this. And it's on middle of the upgrade. We are doing new like covers for that. We have already one segment, but I think we are going to do more. And the thing behind there, it's like giant vacuum cleaner thing. So there's going to be like suction thing on top of the mill, on top of the lathe, because if you use a lot of coolant and you are removing a lot of stuff, it tends to like make some smoke and steam from the coolant, and then you have to have the door open so that goes out. And it's pretty limiting on the winters. Sometimes we can't use the coolant to avoid like making too much smoke. But when that's installed, then we can go like full power all the time, and it's going to suck all the bad stuff away. But it's taking surprisingly long time for Timo to design and make that. So I'm going to make video when that is on operational use. And then we have just the press left on this side. And here is the press. I'm not going to use too much time with this. I have video about the press. I'm going to link it in the description, so if you are interested more on this, you can look that. And the green things that you see behind the press, they are the power unit for the big milling machine. So if you have wondered that those are there for that. And then we are going to go to the small side. And on the way to the smaller side, we faced our balancing machine. This is like ongoing project. It's completely working and it's really accurate. It just needs some covering on top of this, so the spinning part isn't like here in the middle of your, like where you can reach it. But it's really well made and accurate machine. It's made on top of the like old analog balancing machine, and there's no new digital stuff. And I think I'm going to make video about this. I'm going to balance some machine parts with that. So I'm not going to talk too much about that now. I'm going to make video about that. And then we have also the 2 extra small milling machines that Timo has bought because those were cheap. And I have video at least for one of those. I'm going to link all the cheap milling machine videos also on the description. And this is my absolutely favorite machine here. I like this even more than the press. It's the old small lathe. It's Mazak, and it's probably older than I am, and I have been using it like 12 years. and I have stand here like probably thousands of hours, right here like this. So I like, it's on my muscle memory really well, where is all the levers, and it's really fast to use because of that. And it's so old and so much used that it's not very good anymore. It's hard to do like really accurate work with that. But I still like it really much because it's so fast to use. And I also really much like the large brake here. That's also really handy, and it makes it fast to use also. And almost all press tools are made with this machine. This is perfect size for the press tools. And next to lathe we have the drill sharpening machine. It's really old and completely manual, but it's really cool, and it can sharp drills up to 80 millimeters. And I have also a video about this. And I think from all the machine videos, this is the most popular one. And then for your sharp drills we have broken drill here. It has been broken like a couple years at least, and I'm not sure it's going to be ever fixed, but it isn't very important machine, and that's why it's not at the top of the priority list to get it fixed. There is some rare cases when this is more useful than milling machine for drilling, but they are so rare that it hasn't been fixed yet, but it's still here. And here's medium-sized lathe. It's also from Russia. This is good and accurate machine, and it has this. I'm not sure. And it has here. It has like joystick, and there's fast movements with this, so you don't have to like use this if you have to move it like many meters, and that's pretty handy on large machines. And we once break the gearbox, and we have fixed it, but after we fixed it we made some mistakes, and now the lever is on the wrong position where it should be, so it doesn't stop where it should stop, but it still works, so we're not going to fix it anymore. If it's not like too broken, don't fix it. And then there is one lathe more. It should replace the old Mazak lathe, the small lathe, and it has had some problems with the measuring sticks, but those are now fixed, I think. But we haven't still started to use it because everybody just likes the old small machine so much. And here we have small milling machine, or smaller. I'm not sure if it's small. I think it's small in like my scale. And I like this milling machine much more than the larger one. I think the main reason is that here is always the vise here, usually. So if I need to fast mill something, I can just plump it on the vise. And then this has also tool hole changer. So there is usually also some usable tool on the changer. So I can just get the tool from there. This arm will place it on the milling machine, and then I can do my fast milling job there. And it's like really, and it's really fast setup. On the milling machines, the setuping the tools and the piece that you are working, that is usually much more work than actual milling job if you are doing just one piece, like I'm usually doing. And this is also handy if you are doing many pieces, because you can fit all the tools there and it's going to change them by itself. So you don't have to like be here all the time. This can run like many hours without anybody here watching it, so that's pretty handy. The big machine, it doesn't have the tool changer, so somebody has to change the tools all the time if you have many tools per one piece that you're working with. And I think there isn't much else with this machine. And those were all the big machines, and then we have still, I think we have the welding machine. That's pretty important. Or actually we have two welding machines. We have the smaller welding machine. This is like MIG welder. And it's handy to have two MIG welder machines because you can have this thinner wire on this one. So this is good for like sheet metal and thinner parts. And then we have here the big one, and it has, where is the, here, and this has thicker wire. So with this you can weld like thicker steel pieces. You can use huge amount of power and it spits out the wire much faster, so you can get like bigger welds and faster, so it's really handy when you're doing something big. And it has also the thick welder, and then the, I'm not sure what's it in English, the thing where you have long stick and just handheld it. And then we have somewhere we have also plasma cutter like handheld, and I have a lot of videos about that also. I think I'm going to link also those there. It's going to be huge. Actually, I'm going to make playlist of everything, so you can watch all the tool related videos in one go if you have time. And then we have of course a lot of cranes. All the machines have to have crane on top of them, so you can load the things in. Then we have like belt grinders, hand tools, vacuum cleaners, all kind of stuff. I'm not going to show everything on this one video. I think I'm going to make separate video from all the measurement devices that we have. Those are also pretty interesting. Yeah, but that is all for today.
Thanks for watching.
And have a nice day.